welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys we're going to be doing our Optimus Prime build. So we are going to do stage 48 of Build the Optimus Prime, and we are going to be finally finishing off the right shoulder today. So I will be glad to get that done. And then I think the next few stages that we're going to do, we are going to be working back on the torso, fitting some details. Now I know in the next pack, we're going to have more or less a torso finished. That's what it looks like anyway, from the people that are ahead of us in different parts of the country. So, yeah, happy days on this one and can't wait to get this right shoulder finished. Looks quite a bit to do, which is great fun, as always. So, let's get started today. So, with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so right shoulder number 4. This is 4 stages now that we've been doing on this. But we're just going to bring our right shoulder across here. Now this is more or less going to be similar to what we've done on the left shoulder, just opposite direction really. But the first thing we need to do is we need this piece here. Now this is going to be going in just down onto there, like so, and then we need to screw that in with 3 BM screws. I'm going to get my oil out for this. So 3 BMs. These are the only screws that we've got to use today. The rest is all nuts, bolts and all that wonderful stuff. So let's get these in. But yeah, interesting times ahead after finishing this right shoulder. Okay, last one. Okay, so that is in place. The next piece we need is this bit here, which is a nice metal piece. Now, with it in this direction, I've got to make sure I get this right. So, more or less like this. On this side, we need to put one of these, I like to call them ratchet washers. Just like that. And then with this piece here, we're going to put this over it. Now that, I had a sneaky suspicion would happen. Because it would just happen to happen. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that's gone on. So next what we need to do, we need to bolt this in place. We've got the bolt. Now this is going to be coming from this side here. So this is going to be going on. You want to try and push that all the way through, just like so. Then we're going to get our little nut. And we're going to move that down. We are going to need our little tools that we have been supplied. So we need this tool here. It in my screw pots for the build. So we're going to need these 2 tools to put this into place. So it's going to be this one on this side, and then this one, and we just tighten it away. I love the little tools. they do supply. Excuse me, in these in this build. Means if you are building this for the first time, you don't really need to go out and buy extra tools for it. And I'm just wondering, it's going to be quicker just locking that on there and just doing it from this side. Might be just a little bit quicker because I'm not getting a lot of turns on that. Sometimes this way can be a little bit easier as long as you hold the spanner in place. This is where actually having big hands comes in handy. Most of the time it doesn't. Okay, so once that's more or less tight, we can just go back round the other way like we had it before and just tighten it. Now, because we don't know the weight of the arms or anything yet, we need to make sure that's pretty tight. Well, I am anyway. Okay, so with that in place, we can move on to the next step. So, right, so I need to make sure I orientate this properly into what we're doing. So that, maybe just try and slacken that. Alright, it's going to move. Just a little. Okay, so with it this way round, we need to put these tiny little ratchet pieces in. Now one's going to be going at the top, one's going to be going at the bottom. Now it is recommending we glue these in, which is fine. That's not a problem. If I can get into my glue, which can be even harder. Glue only ever sticks to its lid when you want to use it. So I'm just see if I can get this lid off. Use the mold grip on that. It's that right on it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit onto my tray here. Okay, so we want to make sure that these go on. There's just one on top there and then one underneath. So that's a bit of glue applied on that one. And we'll put this little ratchet washer in place if it behaves and I can get it on there. Okay, and while that's just setting, we'll do the other side. Okay. Okay, so that other side's on. Now, I am just going to wait a few minutes while that glue sets, because if I don't, the things will come off because it is plastic attaching to metal. I don't want that to happen. So I'll be back in a few minutes once that's all stuck down and the glue has gone off.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so now that's dry, I'm back. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the joint onto the torso. So here we go. So I know it stayed in place, which they have. Fantastic. Okay, now this is the bit that's a little bit tricky to do. So let me just move that to one side. We're going to need the longer nut, bolt, whatever it is that we got, and we need to put over the bolt first of all a split washer, and then on top of that we need just a normal washer. Okay, so this is going to go down through the top of the joint we've just put together. So hopefully this is all lined up. Now the problem is there's not a lot of room to do this. I'm just going to get a pair of needle nose pliers just to try and help me get this into place. I remember doing this on the other one, it was not easy. As you can see, I'm having difficulties already, so just gonna try and line this up from the top. Whoops, that's come off, that's normal. Okay, so I believe that is lined up. So I'll try that again. Hopefully it goes all the way through this time. Gonna move the shoulder into position. It's not wanting to go. Right, I'll try it from the top this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna try. The problem is there's just not a lot of room here at all to get this bolt in. So it's lined up. It's just a case of trying to kind of knock it through. So what I'm going to do, so I'm not struggling, I'm going to put this in, I'm going to bolt it up, and then we'll come back. I mean, I did do the other side on camera, so you did see that the first time round, but I just want to make sure I get this right, because if not, the shoulder is just not going to work at all. So back in a sec.
Eventually.
Okay, so I'm back. We finally have that joint in place. Not the easiest thing to do, to be perfectly honest with you, but it is done. Okay, so now we have that in place. Next thing we need to do is we need to bring this bit here, and that's just going to slot in the hole just down there. It should do. There we go. So that is now in place. Just double checking the instructions. So now that can sort of come down just like so. Fantastic. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is we have got some shoulder connectors to do, which are in here. So just get these out, and we actually have some pins to do. So we're getting used to these pins on this channel. So all we're going to do is get our bits, kind of line them up, making sure we put the smooth end of the pin in first, always the smooth end. Okay, and then I'm just going to get these pliers. These are really handy. These were supplied with the Titanic. So we need to make sure things are lined up as well. Okay, so that's more or less all the way through, and then we're just going to squeeze it home, just like that. Okay, so we've got another 2 of these to do. So smooth end first, then get our pliers. Don't know when they stick in the open position. And just squeeze that home. Right, last one. Okay. Went through pretty easy, but it's not lined up, but it is now. Okay, so all of them are done. Okay, so now it's just a case of putting them onto here, and it's just more or less going to match what we've got on this side. So we want one going from here. We'll just push that in to there. I found the bits on the ball joints were the worst to get in, and they are no easier this time around. Okay, so next one is going in there. Bits flying off, but it doesn't bother me, they go on back on pretty easy. Okay, so that's them in. That's just fallen off, but that just goes back on really nice and simply. Back onto there. Okay, and we just need to turn this around, and we've got one on the back to do. So this is going to go in to here. And just onto this bit here. Wow. Yeah, that one really tough to get on, but it's on. Okay, and there we have it. There's the front with the shoulders of our Optimus Prime, getting big this, and then also we have the back as well, looking fantastic. I might just tighten up this shoulder a little bit because it's a little bit loose, but that is this stage done. Wow, amazing. That really does look the part. Absolutely fantastic. So that is stage 48 complete. Well guys, that's it for stage 48 of the Optimus Prime. Thank you for watching. Nice to finish off that shoulder. It really does look impressive now, and it's big. It is really looking big. This is going to be an impressive size when it's complete. Yeah. Now, like I said, I do know in the next few issues we're going back to working on the torso. I think we're finally putting all the last little bits of detail on it. So hopefully by the end of this pack and maybe the next pack, wow, it's going to look absolutely amazing. And it does. I mean, I know I've complained about very short issues in the past, and I've complained about working on just the torso for how many stages. But when you do look at it, it is impressive. It really is worth it in the long run. But yeah. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please can you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.